Hello, and welcome to the Point in Progress podcast, episode 38, your one-stop shop for news, recommendations, and some spicy takes. Join 5 friends across 3 time zones and 2 countries every week as we discuss all things that we love while still thinking critically about them. Fuck, I almost did it almost in one take, but we're perfect there. How's it going, everybody?
Hello.
Oh, man. I finally have my voice back. I don't feel like I have to like suck in air every other sentence, so that's good.
Yeah, you're sounding like yourself.
Finally, I'm back. Goddamn, all this.
Yeah. Did you ever get tested?
No, of course not. I stayed alone like I should.
So you didn't want to be a number.
I will say this: we're not hanging out until you at least test negative.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere near you until you do a test.
Thankfully, in the United States of America, apparently you're allowed to get 4 free COVID sticks sent to you. So I did that, not only for myself, but I did that for my mom. I just put her name in and apartment 2. And so we're getting 8 tests, so we should be good.
Get tested.
So I'll have those as just in case anything bad happens in the future. But of course, we are here. We are here at the Point in Progress. Wanting to say hello. It's been a while. Obviously, last week was our return for 4 of us. I'm glad that all of us are now here. That's what I meant, Harv. I know you saw that face. I saw that face, Harv. That's what I meant. All of us are here together.
Is in fact not dead.
Fee is not dead.
What did we make up? Why was
Fee
she
survived the
dead
peanut butter massacre.
Is that what it was? Is that what we said?
I don't remember. That's what we said the last time she wasn't on. Something about peanut butter or something like that. I don't remember.
Do you have a peanut butter allergy that we don't know about, Fee?
No, I'm not allergic to peanut butter whatsoever. I like peanut butter.
I know we created like a fake disaster the last time she wasn't on.
I mean, there was a freezing rainstorm.
There was
here.
a real disaster.
Oh, there was a real disaster when you're off. That's right.
I don't. No, not that time. No. We wouldn't joke about a real disaster. It was we made up like a fake one.
No, there was.
Yeah.
Last week there was. That's what.
Not last week. It was. I'm talking about the last time she wasn't on.
Well, we were talking about last week. Yeah, it was an ice storm.
I'm talking about the last time Fee wasn't on.
We're talking about last week.
The one before that was the peanut butter massacre. Apparently peanut butter was falling from the sky.
There you go. Yeah, see, somebody remembers.
What you said. Well, of course I would remember. So yeah, those are the
died.
Yeah, and now Fee returned.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Fee. What? Go ahead.
Very important news to share with you.
Okay.
I just glanced over at my to-do list, and the only thing I have written down is spicy pasta bake with chicken.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thanks for that. Thank you for that information, I guess.
None of that is getting back to Mario about episodes for MC University, so I'm going to call you out on that right there. All right.
Oh, yeah. That's what
fucking
we said
rip.
about. That's what we said about Fee. I had to look it up again. And it was because we said we were on she was on sabbatical and the FEMA got to her. That's why.
Yeah, last week was FEMA. Last week was FEMA. There you go.
FEMA. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
See, I don't know if you realize this, but every time you're not on, we make up a fake disaster as to why you're not on in the first place.
I couldn't pick a good FEMA joke from last week that I didn't make a TikTok of because it was all so funny.
oh my god.
So,
well, I'm glad you're here.
Set up a tent in your house, Fee, and took it over.
Wow. Hold on, my notes just disappeared. Anyways, thank you so much. Obviously, we're all here. We're excited to do the show. Do a little quick housekeeping. Of course, I wrote here. Please follow us on TikTok at Point in Progress. We've been doing a lot of short form content over the next last week or so, and honestly, I think that's going to be the ongoing thing that we do. So, if you want to see smaller bits of our podcasts, we highly recommend to go either at the TikTok, which is at Point in Progress. You can even follow us on Instagram, where some of those clips will go there as well. Some of them might go on Twitter. Twitter's a little bit harder for uploading purposes. It's just weird. But otherwise, those are the main places. And they'll also be on our YouTube for shorts as well. As Harv is illustrating with his finger hands.
We're clear.
Oh, see, it's going to happen every now and then.
Nope.
Every now and then, people will pop in.
I think it's because Mario is streaming at the same time. So it's causing Discord to be a little bit weird.
It's clear on my end now.
I noticed like when I'm on like Twitch and I'm like in Discord at the same time, sometimes Discord just acts a little weird.
Even so, please follow us there.
We'll be here. Yes, follow
At the
TikTok.
Of course.
Don't follow TikTok the company. Follow Point in Progress on TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fuck TikTok.
Actually, well, while we're here, so I pulled up all the numbers. I did a couple videos. Some of the videos we know about, which of course is the Aquaman video, and I also did some of the VR ones. So far, that Aquaman on our YouTube is done over, let's see here, 600 views on it, which is pretty crazy. Though we have 800 views on MC University, so that just says for the better show. That's all I'll say about that.
Oh, good for you! Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Numbers don't lie, apparently.
Numbers don't lie, but you know what doesn't lie? You telling me about what we've been playing. All right. So we're gonna go and move on to our big segment, which of course is what have we been playing or watching. And Fee, I want to hear about the Golden Girls. Tell me about the Golden Girls. Tell me about the Golden Girls, Fee.
So I have been watching the Golden Girls from season 1 to I'm now at the end of season 6. So I've gone quite far through the actual series. Did I start watching it? I started watching it a little while ago, like probably like early last year, but obviously due to unfortunately recent news where the last Golden Girl, Betty White, rest in peace, passed away. And so for that reason, I started watching it and I am obsessed with it. Blanche Devereaux, Dorothy Zbornak, like also by the way, if you want to look up Rose Nyland on Google right now, there is a pop-up that appears. I'm not going to say for the listeners, you have to go Google that yourself to see what comes up, but it's really charming. It's really nice to be able to see like women who are like older than just like 29, 30, be able to have like stable relationships, be able to kind of like have this comedic sense, and it's not just like, oh, they're just a bunch of like women like sewing and like doing a bunch of like I like at the time it was really revolutionary that they did that show, and it's really cool to see to be like someone at like now in 2022 be able to relate in such a matter, even though some of the episodes started like I believe it started in 1982 was the first season because
Oh wow, 1982.
I think it was like super early. Let me see, Golden Girls. I think. Oh wait, my apologies. It was 1985 because
okay.
I remember this specifically because it was for like so. My goodness, I'm getting all the dates mixed up because if you are familiar with Betty White and her last marriage, who was with Alan Ludden, who she met on Passwords because he hosted a talk, like the actual game Passwords. Passed away in 1981, and then she started doing Golden Girls in 1985. I deep dived into it, but yeah, it's like really charming. Would highly recommend it. It's really funny. Even though I will admit Sophia's probably not my favorite character. I know she's definitely a favorite of some of the people who are even on the show. So I would highly recommend watching it. They're literally like 22-minute episodes. And there is a reason why like they talk about this in interviews where they like there would be gay clubs who would like they would shut down doing what they were doing just to watch Golden Girls because they're so like not so much like just relatable, and also like they kind of it just feels like you're watching like your grandparents like just have fun, like your grandmas have fun. So it's a really charming show. Would highly recommend it. And they talk about some pretty serious topics too, so would recommend either way. Also, I've obviously been playing Final Fantasy 14. It has been consuming my life to a point that I have now just joined a group where we like host events that last about an hour and a half to 2 hours and usually have about 200 people associated with it, and it is crazy, which are called hunts. So what you do is you go to different areas, you kill specific creatures, and right now, because of the server issues, they have multiple instances of one area. So you might go to one location and there's actually 3 instances. So there's 36 bosses total, and you go around killing them. It's a lot of fun. There's usually a playlist that the conductor makes or at least recommends, and you just listen to that and just hang out and vibe for 2 hours with really great people. Some not so great, but a lot of really great people. So it's been a lot of fun that way.
Are you doing that as well, Harv? I see you also have Final Fantasy on your list.
Yeah. That we've been doing those hunts. I've been scaled back on them a little bit because there are so many people that go to these hunts. Like, yeah, she is not wrong. There's like 300 people going to these things. So each zone gets too congested for people to go in there right away. So you have to wait for like 5 minutes to get into the zone, and it's just like it's a shit show.
Yeah.
So I go the ones
2
in the
hours
morning.
too.
Yeah, I go to the ones in the morning when I start work. I go to that one, and that one is nice and chill. There's maybe like 50, maybe 70 people there. So it's kind of like people just waking up. East Coast is vibing, you know. So like, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But we've me, Frank, and Fee have started a raid group, so we've been raiding twice a week as well. Banging our head against the one fight for the last 2 weeks. Yeah. And we're gonna finally get it done on Monday. I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I just listened to Light Switch by Charlie Puth the entire time that we were raiding last night. It helped quite significantly.
What, for 3 hours? You listened to that one song for 3 hours?
You just have that on repeat, like for 3 whole hours.
Yeah.
Nobody
Over
should
and
have
over
Charlie
again?
Puth replaying for 3 hours straight. I'm sorry.
first
Team
of all,
Benny
you don't even
Blanco.
What? First of all, you didn't even know who Charlie Puth was to begin with because you weren't
Wait,
aware
Oh,
that.
rip! Called out. Let's go.
Yeah,
You know who Charlie
Yeah,
Puth
you know
is?
why? Because I
Wait,
listen to shit
because-
music, all right? That's why.
Hey,
Benny
you know what
Blanco,
the only-
let's go.
Yeah, you know what? The only things that he's just like the only thing I know him for. I thought he was going to say Fast and the Furious 7.
No.
Because that is like, see you again. It
The song,
wasn't.
yeah.
It's the fucking Benny Blanco versus Charlie Puth fight that's been going on for at least a year over on TikTok.
Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised?
And so I
by
was
this?
just like, what I like, and I
Charlie
told him,
Puth
I'm like,
is an asshole on TikTok. I blocked him. He was pissing me off.
What did Charlie Puth do to all of you? Jesus Christ!
Easy. You
Everybody's
offended
got-
Benny
everybody's got
Blanco, and
history
Benny
with
Blanco
that.
got mad.
I think he's got a great voice, and that's why I like his music. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
No,
all.
I
That's
just,
kind of
in all
how much I know
fairness,
about
I
Charlie
think
Puth.
the joke is just hilarious, right? His TikToks are always like, what if I did a song that's like, do, 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 and a little bit of this? And then Benny Blanco just comes here and just rips him a new asshole. What if you just stop making music? It's so fucking funny. Such a really funny gimmick that they had going on for a full year or so.
oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah, no. I was just vibing to that song because it's really great. Also, we got to kind of see it be created on TikTok because all he did was just like he checked a light switch and then he's just like, I have an idea, and then made a song. It seems to be a normal thing. Yes, that reference. Hard.
You know who I thought the guy that was like the guy that's like trying to exercise and stuff. For some reason in my head, I thought it was the Australian dude that we watch.
Oh, Tom
some
Beck or
reason.
something.
I forgot his
What's his
name.
name?
now.
Tom
Cardi
Deck?
B?
Who is it?
Cardi B? Wait, what? Cardi
no,
B's
Tom
not an
Cardi.
Australian dude.
Oh, Tom Cardi.
I thought
Got
it was
it.
Tom Cardi. Dude. For some reason, his face looked like him. It looked like him. So
White
like,
dude,
I don't-
white dude. I get it.
I mean, valid. No, so yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. And then obviously the reigning champion of anime came back this like few weeks ago, and it's Attack on Titan has come back. So I've been obsessed with that. I've been watching it. I will be honest, I was a little bit hesitant to watch it because I kind of don't want it to end. As someone who has been invested in this series since 2012, it is very difficult to kind of see the ending coming. Even though I've read this, like a lot of the things that are happening in the anime, if not everything, is actually what's happened in the manga, which is insane that they are able to do that for even this long, let alone the entire series. Other than the fact they just like PG the gore in comparison to what happens in the manga. And for people who've watched the show, saying that it's PG in comparison to the manga, it makes sense. But for people who actually just watch the anime, the gore is insane. So yeah, they just came back swinging.
I have a
is the best
question for
way to
you.
put it.
I have
Yes,
a question for you.
absolutely.
So how long is the episodes?
They are 22 minutes.
So as someone who and this is, you know, complete, I'll say current anime novice. I mean, I watched back in the day. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z like once a day, right? Because they would come on Toonami. You wait till
Apparently
the
not
next day.
anime.
Apparently not anime. But that was me back in the day. Recently, I've always been binge watching. I've always just been like, all right, loading in the next episode. How do you do that with 22 minutes in an anime like now? Like, is that something that drives you crazy? Like the fact that you can't wait till the next episode for a full week?
So for quite if we had to use like Attack on Titan as a benchmark,
Yeah.
you kind of need the week to be able to get over what you just saw in the last 22 minutes. But other shows, like, it kind of gives you that kind of like nostalgic excitement where you do see a lot of these shows coming on. We have seen a lot more frequently, especially with things like The Boys and a bunch of the Disney original series where they'll do it weekly. But it is kind of nice to be able to, like, I know binging is definitely super helpful. Like right now, we're planning on watching Attack on Titan this Sunday. And so for everyone here, I'm jealous that you guys can just watch from like season 1 until season 4. I had to wait like 4 years between season 1 and season 2. It was terrible.
I mean,
It
one
was-
person already knows what the hell's gonna happen at the end.
Well,
I
if you
don't
forget-
remember
You
shit.
forgot. You forgot.
I don't remember
no,
shit.
Like they kept on delaying season 2 forever. And to a point where like I put Attack on Titan kind of on the back burner for a while because I got so frustrated with the fact it got delayed. But no, having
How-
the 20 what's
I
up?
have a question. How
Yes.
long will it take? Like, what episode do you think it'll be the breaking point for me? Would be like, not interested anymore.
Okay, so I'm gonna okay, here's the thing. It's gonna take about 25 hours total to catch up. That is the amount that you need to watch to be able to catch up to where it is currently, which is 76 episode. No, it's episode 77. So you're probably looking at roughly 5 hours if you skip the opening and closing, which we are not,
Yeah.
because that's a crime. and
Apparently,
you
it's a
can't-
crime.
So 25 hours,
It's
the
like Peacemaker.
equivalent of a season of Supernatural. You can sit down for a season of Supernatural. You can watch Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Yeah. Technically, here's the thing. They are technically 24 minutes an episode. If you want to get
Yeah,
technical,
it's technically
I
about
said
a season
22.
and a half.
I said
Well, a season
22
and a half.
because
Yeah.
because I
Oh,
said
Supernatural.
22 minutes, give or take, because that's kind of removing the opening and closing song. So that's
Yeah.
the content in between. There's a lot of information that you have to absorb when it comes to that show. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and be like, oh, like it's just like happy go lucky. You see a bunch of people die episode 1, and we're
Oh,
gonna
hell
watch
yeah.
them.
Good.
It is back to back to back to back to back. It's insane.
As long as I see potatoes, that's all I care
I
about.
want to see crazy shit happen in this show. That's
Oh.
my
My-
thing.
This is just me. This is just solely just Mario,
Okay.
who's watched many of shows like A Walking Dead or a Game of Thrones, or even a better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, where some of the thrux of these shows are at any point your favorite characters could die. I don't know if I have it in me to have that commitment anymore because it's been drugged through the mud through all these other shows.
Here's the thing, Mario. If you cannot handle that, Attack on Titan is the last show that you should be watching.
So
because
that's exactly what
you
I
just
thought.
have to sit down and acknowledge the fact that every single person that you're watching on the screen has an opportunity to die at any single point. And they do not care if you are the top dog. They do not care if you are the main character. They will destroy you. So
Yeah, I like that. I appreciate when TV shows and anime have balls to actually kill off characters instead of just giving them like enormous amounts of plot armor to the point where it's just like, why are we even fighting villains anymore? They're not gonna die. That was the point.
I just love the fact that like there's places online they'll have the picture of the horse. And for people who are
Wait,
very
what?
aware
The
of
horse?
there's a drawn photo of a horse. And what they'll do is they use this a lot when it comes to comparing specific shows to their seasons. So they might have like
the Game of
a
Thrones
really
one that they showed.
like a really detailed like tail and then like backside and then thighs and then like one particular season is shit. So
Oh,
they have like a literal
okay.
like stick figure, like really terrible drawing, and then like maybe like the other. For example, Game of Thrones is a majestic horse up until it gets to the head, and then it looks like a 2-year-old drew it. Attack on
Not
Titan.
in the head. It's like the from when the front two legs.
Oh
start
yeah, it's
coming
like
up.
it's like the shoulder. Yeah, yeah, because season 7 was also not great. But then with Attack on Titan, it's just for me, it's from like start to finish. It is insane. Like I would.
Again, I bring the question to the Midnight Society that for anybody that got that reference, thank you.
Was it a ghost reference?
No, it's Are You Afraid of the Dark? Guys, come
Oh.
on.
I smiled. I
Well, I was
smiled.
close enough. They talk about ghosts in that show, I guess.
Melissa Joan Hart and the bike. I remember that episode.
At what point I want to be like, I'm out. At what point? How many hours?
I mean, if you're
in?
looking, here's the thing, Harv. If you're looking for an out, you're probably gonna find an out somewhere.
No, I'm going to give it my level best watching this show.
Like-
I'm gonna give it my level best because I don't watch anime. I don't like anime that much. So like for me, it's like I've tried. I've actually legit tried.
You know, like there's things I legitimately quit. Like I legitimately quit The Walking Dead because after the specific character died, I was just like, well, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
You know what other
the
show though?
only-
Go ahead.
Oh, continue. No, you continue.
No, I'm about to change subjects. That's why.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, like, the only season that I would say that kind of has a slight, like, lull is season 2. And that's because I had to wait 4 years for that
course.
season. And so there was definitely some bitterness when it came to the show. But then
Yeah.
there's a lot more dialogue in that season in comparison to season 1, which is another reason.
Hey, I like
But
dialogue. That dialogue is my
Well,
favorite
then
part of shows.
You are
Well,
Good dialogue.
you enjoy
I like
dialogue. You enjoy
I like
dialogue.
dialogue over action. In my opinion.
Harv,
I
you
do want to say. Oh, okay, never mind.
go ahead. Continue.
I was gonna talk about this thing one more time. Really
I was
quick.
moving it on to another topic, but go for it.
All right, I guess let's just move on. Screw it.
No. I
Oh,
want to
go
know
ahead.
what you
I want to hear what you have to say.
No, that's fine. It's fine. Go ahead and move on.
No, too late.
We are sitting here until
Nope.
you
No,
continue.
that's
your
right.
thought.
All right, fine. No, what I was gonna say was that like the difference between like a show like this and like probably Walking Dead and Game of Thrones is that those shows are built around the idea that they have to kill somebody off because that's what the audience kind of expects at this point from the shows like that. Like it's almost become to a point where like everybody's not safe because it's like, okay, who are we killing off today? We have to kill off somebody. We have to.
The first like 2 or 3 seasons of Game of Thrones wasn't like that though. Because
I mean, they did though. They killed off the main character like the
it's
first
not what you
season.
expect, but you don't expect that. Like that's not what you expect at all. Nobody expected that.
At that point, you kind of expected at that point. You know what I mean? Like right after they kill off the main character.
I didn't expect it until like season 3.
Yeah,
Because,
no.
like, these
During that whole
deaths
season 2
happen.
watch, I was just like, yeah, they're
It's
just gonna kill off everybody.
It's the dialogue that I liked about Game of Thrones. It was the character interactions that I really liked about Game of Thrones. It's like if one person is plotting something over here, there's something like there's the pieces of the chessboard are moving, but people don't know where they're moving towards, and that's what I liked about Game of Thrones. Until they just said, "Fuck the pieces." And we're just gonna throw the pieces on the board, and we're just gonna start teleporting the pieces around.
And that's probably when they started people like in the audience started expecting people to die. Like Walking Dead was a great comic because like as much as people died, they did kind of space out the deaths a lot. Like each character's death in that comic felt big because it was just it wasn't as random, but it was like there was some actual space between each one of the deaths, right?
Plus the deaths
and
have
like
to be justified.
Yeah, and like on the show, it's just like, hey, we're gonna introduce 10 characters that are not in the comics, and then we can kill them off randomly throughout the season. It's just like that isn't really fun.
By the way, I was also referring to the comic. I quit the comic the exact same point as the show. I mean, I quit the show.
I think I know which point you quit, and I'm just like,
yeah, I can.
it gets better.
No, I bet it does.
Actually,
It just so raw of emotions that I was just like, I don't need to feel this any further, and that's why I stopped watching it. But ultimately, it is what it is. But you know what? It's also really heart-wrenching TV, Harv. Buffy. Tell me about Buffy. You've been watching Buffy?
Heart-wrenching.
Yeah, it is. Episode fucking
it is.
season 5.
Oh, okay.
The body.
The body, yes.
Yeah,
my
thank
God.
you.
It's so hard to get through that episode, dude.
So hard.
So hard. It is brutal to get through that episode. Buffy is one of my favorite shows of all time. It is probably my top 5, mainly because of like, yeah, it's a monster of the week, but the story is really, really well done. And there are episodes. Each season has like 3 episodes that are like the highlights. They're just highlights. And yeah, The Body is one of them. Hush is an amazing episode where everybody loses their voice and nobody can communicate. And those creatures, those creatures are just so terrifying. Yeah. I'm up to season 7 right now. I'm in like almost midway through last season. Yeah, I'm at the very end. Which honestly, this show ends great, which a lot of shows do. But I love the dynamic between all the characters. You got Xander, Willow, Buffy, Giles, Anya later on.
Sure.
And it just works so well. I still don't like Dawn as a character.
Nah,
I can never get
a lot of
on
people.
I can never be on that boat. I just can't.
That was a weird surprise that the writers just gave to us during season 6. That was weird, but
But the thing is, like, it feels like it wasn't because the breadcrumbs were in season 3 or 4, I think, when with Faith. She was
Maybe.
talking about Dawn in one of like the flashbacks.
oh, maybe.
In one of the dreams, she was talking about Dawn, which is like, I guess they kind of wrote that into it.
Sure.
But
Like, do you know what
I
we're talking?
love-
By the way, first of all, does anyone know what we're talking about? Does anybody know about a character
Nope.
named Dawn? Well, first of all, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, great show. During season 6-ish, they were just like five, right?
Yeah.
They were just like, oh yeah, you're right, it is season 5. They're just like, and by the way, she has a sister, and she's just there, and they never explain it for a while. And then you learned it's some other mystical shit going on, and everyone hated her character for some reason.
well, it's
Because she was a bratty teen.
it's that patented thing where you have a teenager that's like fucking like 13 or 14 years old or whatever, how old she old is, and she's just a pain in the ass, everybody's ass. And I've been there. I've been that pain in the ass, right? And I hate that person. So, yeah, they do explain it. They have a good explanation for it. It's just, I still don't like her character even till now.
Sure.
But it's crazy how much growth each character has from season 1 all the way up to like the whole angel, like the whole angel stuff was so well done, so well.
Yes. One of the best heel turns in all of.
Oh my god! And because the way that like he turned, you think like, oh, they're not gonna go that way. Oh, they went hard, like they went hard with him, and fucking he went on a killing spree, which is nuts to think about.
So honestly, I know for most people here, they've watched Supernatural and love the dynamic between the two brothers. Just imagine that, but take that level to Scooby-Doo levels, and then that's what you get with Buffy. And honestly, it's a really fun ride. It's only 7 seasons, shorter than Supernatural. Came out before Supernatural, so it's the progenitor of everything. I highly recommend, along with Harv, who's rewatching it now. I agree. However, I do want to make a statement. Fuck Joss Whedon. I don't give a fuck about you. The shit exists without you. Very much so. But yeah.
And even Angel was good too. Angel was decent.
I dig Angel, Dollhouse, and all that.
I just want to say, Christian Kane, my beloved.
Who's Christian Kane? I'm confused. Who was that?
Who's Christian Kane?
He's in Angel. I don't remember what his character's
Was
name
he the
was.
son? I gotta look that up. I'll look that up.
Also, a highlight from Buffy is Dark Willow. Fucking love.
Oh,
that.
Dark Willow was awesome.
Loved it.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, you barely scratched the surface on Buffy. You definitely go in there. It's a wonderful time. Like I said, it's all on. If you have Amazon, it's on there.
Yeah, it's all on Amazon Prime.
He plays Lindsay McDonald.
Oh yeah, yes, I know him. Yes, I do recognize him. Okay. Harv, what else? I know that you also been doing some Fortnite. What's going on in Fortnite?
Yeah, I played with Kate. I played some Fortnite with Kate. I'm playing some Fortnite tomorrow. Tomorrow night.
Oh, snap. I wasn't invited. Okay, sounds good.
I haven't invited anybody. Honestly, I'm just gonna play tomorrow. And whoever wants to play wants to play. I really like this season of Fortnite. This season of Fortnite is actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
It is simple. The map is good. There isn't shit clogging up the fucking map. Greasy Grove is back. Tilted Towers is back.
Yeah, Tilted Towers
I mean,
is back.
I can't really ask for more, honestly, at this point. So, and the guns actually feel really good.
Yeah. Have you seen the giant dinosaurs that are now on the map?
Yeah. So like now they keep like, see, this is the thing. Like I'm gonna play this weekend, and I don't like when they add new shit, like crazy shit. I like simple maps, very simple maps.
Okay, Granddad.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Yeah.
I miss season 1 Fortnite.
I did get a
Back in season 1 Fortnite, we actually had to build.
I mean, we still gotta build.
I love
We
it.
still gotta build. I did
You
get
really?
yeah. Oh yeah. I
That's
did get I think I got a 17 kill win. Couple like on that night.
Nice.
It felt good. It felt good.
Yeah, I'm still playing Fortnite as well. I adore it. I currently have the black suit Spider-Man. I'm working on my way to Future Foundation. However, the grind near the end is, it's so big and it's really annoying. And I don't know. Overall, I still enjoy playing the game regardless.
It feels. I know I'm probably the minority when it comes to this game. it actually feels so good to build in that game. Figuring out like the whole mechanic of building and getting the right hotkeys to build in that game,
Yeah.
it just feels good. It just feels so good.
Yeah.
It just screams, "How do you do, fellow kids?"
Oh, 100. Like, you gotta compete with the kids. You gotta compete.
You gotta be able to compete with some of these guys. Though, have you done any of this Spider-Man swinging?
I have. It's really well done.
It's surprisingly really well done, right?
I like the momentum that you have, and the momentum doesn't stop. The momentum does
just
not.
looking at Fee. She's just like, God damn it.
The momentum doesn't stop when you're like gliding on the ground too.
Fee, we didn't do this during Attack on Titan. We actually asked you constructive questions, okay?
I don't know what to ask.
Fortnite, you know what? Let's.
Is it still
Attack on
Battle
Titan. Let's
Royale?
play some Fortnite this weekend, guys. I'm just kidding.
There we go.
I'm kidding.
Honestly, I think I would like Fortnite more if they had anything but Battle Royale.
They
I'm
have
so
the
sick of
Rumble
Battle
mode.
Royale at this point.
They have the 100 people battle rumble mode where you just shoot each other. It's like 50 on
It's just
50.
I guess it's like team deathmatch, kind of.
Yeah, it's team
like,
deathmatch.
not really.
I take
Yeah.
enough time off from battle royales that when I go back to it, it feels a little fresh to me. Especially
know.
Fortnite because I haven't played it in probably a year and a half.
Battle Royales just don't feel rewarding anymore to me. Like it's just like you go in, you win. So what? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
no, like, okay, my apologies. What is the enjoyment that you guys get from
Battle
playing
Pass.
a Battle Royale?
For me, it's Battle Pass.
Mine
So
is, okay,
whenever
cool.
you do, so there is a Battle Pass and there are challenges and quests that you do throughout the time that you're playing. So yeah, you're trying to get to number 1 and win, right? I almost never play that game. I almost never do that, even though I have over, I think, 8 wins right now in Battle Royale. Because it sort of happens by circumstance. Because I'm doing the list and collectathons and completing it and getting the experience points, which gives me these stars that I can use to buy certain backpacks or looks or something like that. For instance, the big reward this season is Spider-Man and different Spider-Man suits. So the first one that you get, which is just normal Spider-Man, but then you get awesome like when you come down, like when you jump out of the bus, you have like your glider. So for him, he shoots webs, and so it turns into an actual like parachute. Or his giant like stick that he uses to get mats is also made out of webs. Like cool stuff like that. Not only that, they are constantly giving updates of like, here's Marcus Phoenix from that game you like. Here they just did Hawkeye, so they have Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, and the new ones. Boba Fett came out. Karate Kid. So now the Matrix had a free pack where you also get like the Matrix kick, or you can do the dodging, like stuff like that. That just makes the game fun while you're completing and doing these Battle Pass quests. So very much like an MMO in that sense, but ultimately you're completing quests.
Again,
It's completed quest. Yes.
I'm just talking about quitting quests, like specifically.
okay. Now, if the Battle Pass wasn't there, what is the interest and excitement that you get from Fortnite?
Well, I mean, winning
I
guess with that base.
I like the fighting. I like the combat in it.
Yeah, the combat's fun.
I like the gunplay.
That's what confused me when you said like, you know, like you're not going in there technically to win. You're going in there to do the stuff. I'm
'cause
just
I wanna
like,
level up.
What's the point of the game?
No. You still do like. So basically, I'm going in there because I need to go to this place, and this place. But along the way, once I was doing my activities, we were down to 5 people left in the map. And so now the game changes and I'm actually focusing on the thing. That's just me. That is not what everyone does. There are people that are just playing to win. I'm just saying specifically for me what my fun is. My fun is completing and checking off the map to getting the stars and leveling up so that way I can buy the item that I want specifically. Now, in the Battle Pass, is there a bunch of shit there that's just random fucking goofy Fortnite stuff? Absolutely. Some of it's funny, some of it's not. But ultimately, I'm trying to progress to the thing that I want. Similar, it's like I want to get a pelt of enchantment of whatever the fuck you want in Final Fantasy, right?
Different ways play different games. With Final Fantasy, people they do end game stuff. They do RP for the entire time that they're
There's
there,
that.
right? Like
ERP.
yeah, exactly. There's different ways
Extreme
you
rate
can play these
percussion.
games. There's different ways you can play this game.
Yeah, and there's 1,000 modes.
I love the I adore the building mechanics because it's different compared to all the other battle royals out there.
Sure.
That's what differentiates
No,
it
that's
from
fair.
me.
Like I think like at least for me, I don't think I'm going to ever be quite as invested when it comes to battle royales because as you guys know, I'm like really when it comes to playing a video game, I like it for the story.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
so things like Fortnite, and we like PUBG and these other like battle royales, I just does not keep like it just doesn't have me interested.
They're
Like playing it with people, sure, but like I'm not gonna sit down and play Fortnite for like a few hours by myself, or I'm not gonna be playing things like God, I'm never playing PUBG again. But no, this is like the entire permit. Like whenever I think of like battle royale, I always think of like literally battle royale, which is the
The
19
yes. Yeah.
yeah. So for me, like I would like if they come up with a battle royale that's like that, cool. I want to run around with a chainsaw and run people off the edge of a cliff, like by all means. But it's just
we don't for not Fortnite. PUBG used to kind of be that way.
That's what I was gonna say.
Where it was just like it wasn't as crazy. It was just like, hey, you just dropped onto a map. Yeah. There's weapons on there. The weapons were rare at the time, so it wasn't like you were guaranteed a weapon every building you go into. Like you really had to like sometimes like bring the fists, because it was just like you had literally nothing. But now it's literally just turned into an arcade shooter at this point, like most battle royales at this point.
Yeah. And before people come at me about like things like dark, like not is it why can I not remember the name of it? Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight's completely like I know it's a completely different genre. It's not a battle royale, but I know like a lot of people think of it as just like a try to like finish a generator and then run away kind of scheme. There's a lot of story there. So I don't know. I just like I tried to get into Fortnite. I've tried to get into PUBG. I've tried these other like the 99 battle royales, and it just never like it's just not my thing, and that's fine.
Sure.
Will I try Fortnite again? Maybe. You can play it on.
What about when BTS shows up in Fortnite?
Well, they actually have the BTS pack right now, and I was debating on buying it.
Of course,
I money.
I know, I agree with you. Yeah, it's gimmicky.
Stuff like that is gimmicky, and it's just like kind of peddling to people who play the game, like, oh, I need to buy like Spider-Man, or I need to buy like all these other characters, because I've heard it from a mass range of people that play the game, going from like children because of family members to like adults like us, and it's just I don't know. It always like I don't know. I think Fortnite's just always rubbed me the wrong way, and I think when they started implementing a lot of like like having Kratos and having all these other characters, it just made it even more like just less appealing to me.
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree with you. I think my main problem with all battle royales, and I noticed this problem when I was playing PUBG back in the day, was that they put out these passes, and what it does is it gives you FOMO. And if you don't know what FOMO is, fear of missing out. And literally it plays on that fear that like, if I don't do this now, I'm going to lose out on all this cool stuff, and people are going to make fun of me because I don't have this cool stuff from 20 seasons ago, or this season or that season. It's just like it's too grating on the soul to have to come back every month, grind this long ass battle pass for skins that you probably won't. You'll use like one or two of them, and then do it all again next season and next season and the next season, and it just doesn't make any sense. And especially with games now moving towards we're doing battle passes, but a lot of companies are starting to do battle passes with like, okay, you can come back to this battle pass if you want to, like Halo. That's such a cool thing to do. You can buy the battle pass, you can grind it as much as you want, and you still get those items. You know, if I wanted to get them in April and it came out in like December, totally do that. But I don't know. It always rubbed me the wrong way to have like timed events to like only to have you pay for a timed event that you can go through the battle pass as much as your time allows you to, but you lose out on the rest even though you paid for it. You know what I mean? That never felt right.
I guess it's always just trying to find your value in what you want to spend your time in and spend your not. Like I stopped playing Fortnite for a very long time until Chapter 2 started, and it wasn't until the Marvel season a little afterwards, because I was recording footage for DualShockers at the time to capture it. And it was my first time experiencing one of these live events and having a fucking cool time with it. That I was
the
like,
live
you know,
events are so well done. They're so well done. In that
going back to it, and that's the lore that keeps expanding every season. Is just like the ever expanding thing that's going to happen, and the map changes to resolve around it. And that's what I think is the story aspect of Fortnite that I really enjoy, and how they converge that, and how the map literally flipped over, and like the story behind it, building up from the 3 chapters that they've been doing these things. Those are some of the fun aspects of it that I like. But then there will be a season where like the battle pass is not for me. I will not play it. Like so far, they've got me for the last 2 battle passes because they put Superman in the game and I really wanted it, and then they put Spider-Man in the game, which I also really wanted. I didn't get a chance to play the Marvel one, and I did miss out on certain things. But even so, I don't regret not playing it at the time, because I just wasn't interested. So really, just take your value where you can take it, I guess.
For me, it's just more about gameplay. I could not care about the battle pass. When the gameplay sucks, I will jump off that game in a fucking heartbeat. And then now the gameplay is back, I'm like, you know what? I'll give this. I'm gonna throw myself back into this game and just see how it is.
I honestly know they gave Fortnite shit for pivoting, but I think it's been the best thing they ever did, because I would rather play this game than the game that they currently have.
Also, if there are creators out there who are planning on ever making a battle royale game almost near to the original content, or at least the like written content, I am 100% there. Even though I think it would be very topical right now, especially with things like Squid Games, because like it is like very reminiscent of like, for if you haven't read or watched Battle Royale, I would
to be
highly
fair though,
recommend
Fee, it's not the one and only Battle Royale show that's ever existed. There's Running Man before it too, so
I know, but I'm basing it like specifically off of the namesake.
You wanted to be in the high school setting? That'd be really cool.
Yeah, because like the mod was based after the original Battle Royale mod was based on Battle Royale. That's what she's trying to say.
Fair enough.
Also, it's just been something that I read in high school. It's been something that like I always thought it was quite interesting, at least like story wise. That's why I'm not talking about the other ones. I could be talking like if I wanted to be a millennial talking about like a battle royale, I could be like the Hunger Games. Like I'm not going to sit here like that. I'm just thinking that it would be very interesting, especially with things like Squid Games that came out recently, having something a little bit more to
what was the game that Squid Games right now? Is it Crab Games? Is that Crab
Games or something like that? Yeah, like some like I want to play that one day. It's free.
Yeah,
I've seen it in VR too as well. I've seen the VR.
Yeah, it's in VR.
I thought that was like you were joking. Like I thought
no.
Like you guys
Yeah.
were
Somebody as soon as Squid Games came out, somebody made a I don't know how to describe it, because it's not high budget. It's about as memey and low budget as it can possibly get, but from what I hear, it's actually pretty fun.
Speaking of
it's like
dark,
the
scary
of that. Yeah.
Speaking of dark, scary squids, tell me about Dark Souls 2.
I fucking hate this game. This game is I dislike this game a lot. There's a myriad of reasons why I dislike this game. I made a bet with Aaron Guard, one of the people that we play Final Fantasy with, that if I could finish this game, which I'm like on the cusp of just saying fuck it, I'm not gonna finish this game, because this is how much I don't like Dark Souls 2. That if I finish it, he'll cover the cost for the Elden Ring Collector's Edition that's supposed to be coming in, which is $200 and something,
There's
right?
a toll for doing this. Got it.
Yeah. But then I'm at the point where I'm just kind of like, I kind of don't want to put myself through Dark Souls 2. I kind of don't want to do that.
Yeah, when does Elden Ring even come out? Actually, we're already almost there.
February. Yeah, end of February. So 1 month away.
Yeah. I just want to say that and I have this graphic actually right in front of me at this moment, and it was for July 9th.
Yeah. The Dark Souls 2 was not on there.
I'm getting to that point, Harv, because I was making that graphic, and you're like, okay, these are the games that I'm going to be playing in this order: Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, and Sekiro: Shadows of Die Twice. I'm like, wait a second. Like I was typing it out, and I'm like, are you going to be playing 2? And he's like, fuck no, I'm not playing that game. Do not put that on my list. And I'm like, okay.
Is Dark Souls 2 actually that bad?
It's that bad. It's that bad of a game.
I remember people actually kind of liking that game. That's why I'm like so confused.
Nobody likes this game. Anybody that is in the Dark Souls community just does not like this game. Because this game is not a Dark Souls game. It's just not a Dark Souls game. Because whatever gives it identity as a Dark Souls game, they took it and they fucking twisted it in a way where it just doesn't make sense. Every time you die, your max HP decreases. Why? But why would you punish your players like that? Doesn't make any sense.
You also hate durability and like what was it? Legend of Zelda. So
the Souls games don't have durability really, right? So it's
I just mean like that mechanic of like actual loss for like using something or dying.
See, I don't mind it. In like Zelda was it was kind of degrading, but when the Master Sword starts degrading, that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. The Master Sword should not be degrading. It should not lose energy, as they said in that game.
Yeah.
Well,
anyways, Dark Souls 2, not a good game.
Well, it definitely sounds like a Twisted Wonderland. Sly, can you tell me about Twisted Wonderland? What's going on there?
Twisted Wonderland is a phone game. Fun fact. It's a JRPG. It's like Magic School inspired by Disney villains. I've got about an hour into it. I think it just came out.
I've heard of this. Is this going to be an anime?
Sly. Sly.
This is going to be an anime,
I
right?
have no idea.
I'm more confused that I just heard Sly's playing a JRPG.
It is a dark. Okay,
I know,
it is
totally not my genre at all.
It's a dark Disney reverse harem like mobile game, which means it's just a bunch of men. Which, by the way, I'm not complaining about. It looks really good, but I'm looking who actually made this. And it's Yena Toboso, who is the creator of Black Butler, who is...
Okay.
I love Black Butler.
Which is why I'm saying it's a reverse. I don't have any problems with this, because Sebastian's fantastic, but like... No, I'm just like...
This is going to be an anime. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's totally not my vibe. I was scrolling through like the App Store because I had stuff to update, and I saw it, and I went, why not try it? I'm on chapter 7, I think. I think the next one's like going to the school. I don't know. Very cursory glance, but totally not my usual vibe. So be proud of me. I'm expanding my horizon.
Yeah,
I mean, that's good. That's growth.
I saw actually an ad for this in the Disney promotion that they were doing a couple it was like Disney Plus Day or whatever it was, and there's going to be an animated show too based on this. So we're going to get that. That's cool. I'm downloading it right now actually.
Hell yeah. So it's also like kind of a rhythm game. I don't know. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. It's a fun time. I don't know what to tell you. Not my usual vibe. I don't really play JRPGs like at all. So we'll see how far I get into it.
I love that it says characters inspired by Disney's villains weave wicked schoolyard schemes in this magical adventure featuring rhythm games and RPG style battles. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a shot. That sounds kind of cool. What else?
That's what I've been playing.
What else have you been watching and reading and stuff like that?
Well, I can't go a single conversation without mentioning 911, so we're gonna get it in early. So this requires some backstory. A couple weeks ago, I read a piece of fan fiction that fundamentally changed my understanding of life and existence.
Must be some crazy fan fiction.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was.
Give me some of that shit.
And so I commented on it once I finished it. I was like, this like changed like my life. Like it like made me realize that like happiness is like a tangible concept and not like a nebulous idea for other people to experience. It was great. And this week the author like replied to my comment and I was reminded of its existence because when I'm reading, I read something, I experience it, and then it's immediately out of my mind. It doesn't exist anymore. So I got that comment, and the fic is called Tell Me About Despair. It's based in the 911 universe, like it's a 911 fanfiction from one of the characters' perspectives. And it's like him going to therapy and dealing with all his issues. And it's really great. There's lots of weird metaphors. It's beautiful. I don't think you need any context for the show to read it. It's just very well written, very good story. So yeah, Tell Me About Despair. I reread that this week, and even though I had already like read it like recently, it again fundamentally changed my perspectives on life and the world and interpersonal relationships. And rereading it, I had the same revelations at all the same places. So it held up. It was very good. I'm telling everybody in my life to read this because it's that good. So I felt like I had to mention it. I talk about 911 and 911 Lodestar a lot. Like it's part of my brand now apparently. But yeah, so I've been rereading that. It's amazing. If you need a kick in the butt to start therapy like I did, maybe this will give it to you. And if not, it's just a really solid story.
Yeah.
And very sweet.
Well,
And
I often look to fan fiction
that's
for
great.
reasons to live.
You probably said that as a joke, but I do seriously in my life. So yes, I'm just gonna yes and to you.
Like Sly had the mask on, or she's crying in the back, or they had the crying in the back, and they got the other mask right in front.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, it's just like a really solid story about self-discovery and processing trauma, and it's a good read. I've also been jamming out to the Bucky Barnes is a Mirror Ball playlist. If you
What?
listen to Stark Radio at all, this playlist was made by the wonderful Liz at producer Liz. And it's on Spotify. I also remade it on Apple Music, so if you're a nerd like me, you can find it on Apple Music. But yeah, Bucky Barnes is a Mirror Ball quality playlist.
What is a mirror
what
ball?
kind
Hope
of
you need some jams.
what kind of vibes is this playlist?
It's all Taylor Swift. So it's Taylor Swift songs that remind us of Bucky Barnes.
Got it.
Fantastic. Definitely link me to the fanfic. I'll put it in the description down below so that other people can maybe check that out.
I will. It's in my notes because it went directly on my list of recommendations.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
we'll
Frank,
find.
I'm going to need you to tell me about this new Buffy season. Or not Buffy, I'm sorry, Dexter season.
The fuck?
If there's a new Buffy season, I'm losing my fucking mind.
Wild, bro.
Tell me,
This season of Buffy is wild.
New season of Buffy.
Tell me this new season of Buffy, this new goodness.
Yeah.
Tell me about Dexter.
So Dexter New Blood came out. I completely forgot that this even came out, by the way.
That's a good recommendation.
Well, it's not because of like I didn't like enjoy Dexter. I fucking love Dexter. I think that show up to the last season is some of the most perfection you can get in that kind of genre of like that like serial killer, like, detective work kind of thing. But that last season's terrible. Honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I stopped watching after this is literally like, I'm only gonna say like one word. After the fire, I stopped watching.
That's the same.
because
Yeah.
Same me too.
At some
This
point,
is when
it
you
really
lost
does
me.
jump the shark a little bit in
Because
terms of story.
they lost, like, I was losing faith at the bathtub, and then when the fire
Yeah.
happened, I was done. So I was just like,
Honestly, the bathtub almost got me to like go, oh my, why? Just why? You know what I mean? But I got through that show. I watched the ending. I'm pretty sure I'm with everybody else with the ending of the show that it's not great. And apparently even the guy who did the show and Michael C. Hall thought the same thing because hey, they came back for one more season, based on the ending of the show. Spoiler alert. Obviously Dexter doesn't die in a hurricane. He becomes a lumberjack.
Well, fuck me, am I right?
He says in the trailer, so I mean, if you ever see the new blood thing,
No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
I've never watched the show in my life, so I don't know.
Honestly, it's a really good show. It has that level of like wackiness to it that you don't. There's a lot of seriousness in the show, but like there's these weird like psychotic, almost like dumb flashbacks that he has of where he like literally breaks the fourth wall, looks at the camera, and talks to you and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have another show for that, Frank.
Yeah.
It's called You.
Well, I mean, this was you
Less.
before you.
I know, but I have You
Um,
now. I have You now.
That happened, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. That was the end finale of the first season too, right? It was him breaking the fourth wall and like
Yeah.
fireworks and shit happening.
Yeah. So when they did this new season, like I've been following this for a while because this new season was supposed to come out almost like 2 years ago. They had
Wow.
talked about it. Michael C. Hall had said like, hey, I want to still do it. They had mentioned that Showtime mentioned that they were going to renew it, but then it like I think COVID happened and it just got delayed and stuff like that. But it's finally out. And holy fuck, is it good? It's actually pretty damn good. It takes the first episode's weird because they don't do any of the tropes that the show normally did until like the very end, and then you realize, oh shit, he's still the same guy. It's just he's just kind of suppressing it a little bit. You know what I mean?
I mean, a person
the
doesn't
sh-
kill that much and become just different all of a sudden, you know?
Well, he's
You know
killed
who-
hundreds, so
That's what I mean. You don't kill hundreds and just kind of change all of a sudden.
Do you know who also tried to change? Joe
Yeah,
Goldberg.
Joe Goldberg.
Goldberg. Yeah.
Yeah, look what happened to him.
So
that's why that show's
but
terrible.
yeah, I don't know how much of the show I could really talk about like in terms of like spoilers or anything like that. There's not really much you could really say, like at least in the first few episodes. But like there are characters that return who are very much dead, but are just like little like insanity things that Dexter just sees.
Surprise,
he's just
motherfucker.
Well, dude, Dokes is not in the show. I will spoil that. Dokes is not in the show at
Damn
all,
it.
and it made me very sad.
Damn it.
Quit. I'm down.
Yeah. But like it's a really cool premise of like why it's even returning in the first place, because it takes place like 10 maybe 15 years later after the final season. The characters in there are really fun. Like Michael C. Hall still has it. He's still really good at being Dexter. The new character is absolutely fucking weird and terrifying. The new location I thought it was Alaska the whole time. Apparently it was New York. It's like
Really?
a snowy tundra. Yeah, it's like a weird, small, snowy land in the middle of nowhere, but apparently it's New York. So,
Okay.
yeah. Fee?
I was just gonna say, and this is a little bit out of left field, so y'all can just like judge me however you want. But from just like the photos that I've seen and the trailer, it gives me the exact. It's like going to like TikTok, and they have like those. This gives me the same vibe as this. This gives me the same vibe, at least the way that it's transitioned, as the same way as the new God of War series, because you have like this guy who's like living in a very hot like weathered area, causing havoc, killing a bunch of people, ending up disappearing all of a sudden, leaves for like 15 years, comes back in a snowy tundra as a lumberjack, living in the middle of the woods nowhere. So like at least for me,
Yeah.
I was just like, this has the same kind of vibe to it. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
so
they explained it in the show. If you don't want to watch the final
Call of-
season.
I was gonna say in Call of Duty, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
In God of War, he's in a whole different place though.
but technically
He's in a whole different
isn't-
realm.
Yeah, he's in a whole
Yeah.
different
Same
realm,
thing,
yeah.
and I mean,
Same shit.
same
shit,
similar
different.
shit. You know, New
went
York
from
is like a
Miami to
whole.
New York.
Are we
Yeah,
doing
it's a whole
North
other
America
realm.
and South America is a different realm now. Is that what's happening?
Olympus-
Sorry, did you
Olympus-
see snow in the first Dexter? I think not. It was
Yeah.
fucking swampy AF because he was in
It was
Miami.
Miami.
You go from one place to another. It's
Noah
like a
Harv,
whole
we got to watch
different realm.
Dexter now. I think we have to watch Dexter now. I think honestly, you would like the show Other than the last season, I'm gonna keep saying that because the last season is fucking terrible and I hate it. And every time I think about it, I cry. But I think you would like that show. If you liked you would like the original You.
We need to watch AOT first, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that.
Frank, I have a question for you.
What's up?
If so, the show ended. The season ended. If I'm not
Yeah, it's
mistaken.
over. I watched the whole season, so I've seen the ending to this. I've seen the ending to Dexter now. It ends really well, by the way, and it ends about as perfectly as you can get.
I was going to ask you because I know that there's been some speculation that there will not be another season after this. So if the show ended with this season, would you be satisfied?
Yeah, no, I'm way more satisfied now that it's ending where it is than it ended where it did. There is potential for future. I don't think that in terms of where the story ends, I don't think it would make sense to continue the story any further than where it ends.
Sure.
But I think if they did do something, if there was going to be a future, there is technically a future if they wanted to. But I mean, they did the show pretty well. There's a very cool scene in like one of the episodes where Dexter talks about like a kill that he did back in Miami, right?
Yeah.
And the way that whole part is shot, it's literally right out of those original seasons. Like the way Dexter looks, the way he like walks around. There's a part where like he just looks at the camera and like he's just like smiles at it and does something, and I'm just like, this is original Dexter. This is really cool. The show, at least in New Blood, is a lot more grounded, so you don't see a lot of that, but it still works. It still works in the narrative that they're trying to drive. And when you watch the first episode, you'll see it. You'll figure out what they're doing right off the bat. And I can't say it because it's like, I don't think it's been in the trailers, like that little reveal. But yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, apparently Fee's drink is not good.
Is that the bubbly?
Yeah, I told you. She's like,
The
oh my
blackberry
god, I'm gonna
drink?
get some blackberry bubble. You're like, wow. That's what I said.
So if you liked the original seasons of Dexter, watch the new season. It's really good. It's on Showtime. If you have Showtime, I guess you have it. I think that's why I didn't realize it was out, because I don't have Showtime anymore. So it's just like, oh, this is out. Okay, it's on Amazon. The first episode's on Amazon, like Prime.
Weird.
If you have Amazon Prime, the first episode you can just watch the full thing. I just give the first episode a watch. You'll like it because of just like the cool things that they're doing with that first episode. And then you'll probably get hooked and want to watch the rest of them like I did.
Very nice.
I
Very
just need the audio listeners to know that they're missing out on a lot of Fee doing Florence Pugh impression with the like the sad face,
Yeah.
whatever that she does all the time, and every time it happens, it cracks me up.
It's perfect.
Yeah. No, I try. Man, I've been on multiple calls this week for work, and the amount of times that I try not to make a face, that I have to sit there like straight face the entire time, I'm like, and like
Yeah.
it's killing me inside.
So,
I'm like,
So Fiona, how did that make you feel?
How do you feel? How do you feel right
write
now?
this down for your files. We just need to figure
I
out
told
like what we
Harv
need to
one
put.
thing, and now he won't stop. He will not stop. I told him the fact that he sounds like my HR rep from work, and so ever since then, every time he talks to me, he's just like, "So Fiona, how do you feel today? Like, are you like?" As your HR representative, I feel as though that you should be able to tell me this info. I'm like, I quit. I quit this
Quit.
hypothetical job.
That explains the HR thing in the comments
Yeah.
earlier.
Fair. Frank here says you changed your name on Ubisoft. What the hell is that?
Yeah. I had to change my name because people were being super racist on Rainbow Six. I'm not going to say what my name was before, but it shared a name with somebody who in a national tragedy. The first name at least did.
Yeah, I know.
And people, yeah, you know, now if you've played video games with me, so you know what my name was. You know that it has nothing to do with that. But people keep associating my name.
Because I have no idea.
I'd
And I know
rather
you don't
not.
wanna say
I'd
it,
rather
but
not.
can you put
I'll DM it to
No,
you.
our private chat.
Yeah, I'll DM it to you.
so like the last few days of Siege has just been like every game I got into is just like somebody just keeps bringing that up, and I'm just like, yo, this doesn't offend me. Like, why are you just why are you associating these two things together? So like in terms of that, I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna get rid of this name. It was a name that was made on a Bernie Mac and Samuel L. Jackson movie, not what these people are trying to make it seem like it is. So I changed my name. I had to change my name. I couldn't change it to what my backup name is for stuff like this. Like I have a backup name. It's Cash Williams. If you get the reference, you get the reference. If you don't, you don't. But
I don't, but it made me think of Cash Considerations, which is my favorite basketball player.
what?
That's a joke that did not land with this audience. Okay.
What?
So when basketball teams make trades, they can make trades for players with cash considerations, which is basically
Oh,
like the
yeah,
idea
yeah,
of
yeah.
money. And
Yeah.
so it's like a joke that like that's my favorite basketball player because everybody's always trading for cash considerations. I tried, y'all.
Yeah.
It was a valiant effort. Sly was a valiant
Yeah,
effort.
it was, you shot your shot. You know what I mean? It didn't land in the basket, but it is what it is.
He's gonna burn you, I guess.
Frank, you've also
It was
been
an
watching
airball, it's
Peacemaker.
fine.
Well, no, I didn't say what I changed my name to, so I couldn't use Cash Williams because it was taken apparently. By the way, if you're out there and you took the name Cash Williams from me, go fuck yourself. I had to change it to something, and all my go-to names were taken already, so I came up with an idea, a very good idea, and I took Fee's name on Final Fantasy. Now, if you ever seen Fee's name on Final Fantasy, her name on Final Fantasy is Lumera Stromwind, right? What does Stromwind mean again?
It was a name that I came up with.
Yeah. So I changed mine. I took the D out. I just named myself Lumera Stromwin. And there you go. Bam. That's my name. That's my name on every single Ubisoft game now. So if you see me headshot somebody, I'm Lumera Strom Win now. And I capitalize the win part too.
Joke's on you, I'm
No.
Cash Williams, bitch.
Yeah, Fee took my
Imagine.
fucking name. God
Imagine.
damn it.
That's a tough
That was
time.
supposed to. So like when we were playing GTA, we joked around like what names we would pick if we ever went to No Pixel, and I don't remember. I think yours was Tango
It was.
and mine was Cash Williams.
Yeah, Tango and
Yeah.
Cash.
Moving on.
Yeah.
So Peacemaker still?
Yeah, no. So we the new episode came out a few days ago, or yesterday technically. I watched it at like Wednesday at midnight. I literally like stayed up for that show. Fucking Peacemaker, man, that show is so goddamn good. Why is that show so good?
It's
Because
like
of
great.
I mean,
Just to spite you.
Yeah, just to spite me. It's honestly some of the best written like just comedy I've seen in a very long time. It's not like comedy that's like trying too hard to be funny almost. It's
Yeah.
comedy that actually is funny. It's a treat. It's an actual treat.
they took a risk and they had a
Mhm.
like the main character. Obviously, you can only hear his voice because he is invisible the entire time.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so-
No, it's weird because like
Y'all need
the
timeouts.
character wears like a dome on his head and there's nothing inside the dome. It's like there's clothes,
yeah,
but like they're just moving around. He looks like fucking Rayman.
just an invisible man. For people who
Yeah.
aren't aware, it is John
Like
Cena
fucking
who's
Rain Man?
playing.
What?
Rayman. You never
Rayman.
played Rayman?
Oh, Rain Man. I think you said Rain Man.
Yeah.
I was like Dennis
God.
Dustin Hoffman? Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, you can't see him. You can't see John Cena.
Yeah. Can't see him. His time is now.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that show is insanely funny. The new episode had a really cool scene, a really cool prison scene in it. That's getting a lot of love from a lot of people.
yes.
I can't say what it is. I hope to get Fee and Harv to watch the show. We have so many shows to watch that I don't even know if I can like sit down and like give them an hour of the show. But if you're out there, man, Peacemaker is definitely different. It's different from whatever DC has been putting out recently.
Yeah.
It seems to the point too, like people really like this this style of like funny kind of DC that they're like, I mean, darker DC that even apparently like Shazam is going to be a little bit more adult, a little bit more.
I think no, Shazam. Well, it's been pretty crude actually from the beginning from the movie. But what I think is they just stop taking themselves so fucking seriously with these goddamn movies that it just makes sense when you have more fun with it. Like this, Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, even. They just stopped taking it so goddamn literal serious. Like these are gods, like Jesus figure, Spider-Man, like Superman, and they're just like, no, they're just fucking goofballs in suits. And yeah, you're gonna have them go like.
Well, see, that's what I love about the show, because like, so spoiler alert, new episode. You know how the first episode they had a rant about Aquaman fucking fish. Now this episode they have a rant about how Batman's a little bitch.
Yes.
But these are like, I love it because these are conversations supervillains would have in the DC universe. Like they would probably talk mad shit on every single superhero and like not have a filter. Like it's really dumb when I watch like anything superhero show related and nobody's swearing. It's like, you know, supervillains would not have a filter. Come on. Yeah. They would not hold back on what they say. And this show does not hold back on what anybody says. No, and even the good guys or the quote unquote good guys are like absolutely terrible people.
Yeah, no, that's true.
But yeah, no. If you've slept on Peacemaker so far, just watch it. It's really good. James Gunn's making something honestly super fun.
If you're not in by the opening credits alone, then the show is not for you. But you will fall in love when you watch the opening credits of the show.
I think you have to watch the opening credits while you watch the show. Don't go on YouTube and watch the opening credits. You have to have the reveal of like when it starts to when the fucking intro starts.
Then immediately make a TikTok video of you doing it. For sure.
Yeah. Blow up like crazy.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for sharing with what you've been watching and playing. I'll be checking out some of the stuff, including Twisted Wonderland on my phone with all the villain boys. And maybe even checking back out Buffy.